Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a Sephora haul try on, get ready with me trying out new makeup. This video is sponsored by Sephora, so a huge thank you to them. I got on the Sephora app and just started digging through. I wanted to try some things from LAWLESS, so I picked up some of that. I also got some SURRAT as well as some new Fenty Beauty and NARS, Kevyn, just a few things here and there that I wanted to test out. So if you want to see the products that I used and how I created this look, just keep watching. First things first, I know I'm looking a little ghostly. That's because I went ahead and put on my foundation. My face does not match my body. I know you guys have heard the drill before, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it anyway in case anyone is new here. I like to warm up my face with my bronzer. And I don't have a new foundation, so I just went ahead and put one on. I do, however, have a new concealer. This is from SURRAT, and it is the Perfectionist Concealer Palette. Unfortunately, I picked up the wrong two shades. I thought I picked up 2 and 3, but I picked up 4 and 5. I'll go ahead and show them both to you, but I'm not going to be keeping these. I'm going to give them to Kelsey Brianna J. And we're just going to do like a little 1-2 swipe, maybe 3, 4, 5 swipes of alcohol and then put it in timeout for 2 weeks, and I'm going to gift it to her. This is shade number 4, and I'm just going to swatch these right here. I might be able to get away with this one, but it's just, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit too dark. And then there's a powder, which I have heard really blurs everything out, which I'm definitely into. So we're going to test that one out. And then I'm just going to show you this. I'm not going to swatch it. This is shade number 5. And it comes in a little pouch like so. This is shade number 5. Again, I'm not going to touch it just because I know that this one is too dark. And I don't want to get to my cooties on it, not in the product. So anywho, let's go ahead and test out number 4. And I think that if I need to lighten it up, I'll just go in with another one of my concealers. But I want to test out the texture of this. Again, this is number 4, and I'm going to take the lighter of the 2 shades. This one is a little bit more on the yellow side, and this one is more peachy. I'm going to go in with this one because I do think that this one's going to be too dark. I might be able to manipulate this one. And I'm going to start tapping this. Ooh, does it actually? Am I actually able to use this? No, really? I'm telling you, I'm swatching this on my hand and it looks so much darker than the other concealers I have. I might actually be able to use this one. I won't have to disinfect it. I can just give Kelsey the other one. Alright, so that's definitely canceling out the darkness. Ooh, okay. It is going into my little fine line I have underneath this eye, but we are going to test out the powder, and that's supposed to blur, so I might just go ahead and do that. It's a little thicker than what I'm used to, so I'm going to go in with my sponge, just making sure this is pressed into my skin. I'm going to go in with my sponge and just tap this in and pick up any excess. That's really smooth though, but it is creasing right. It's just kind of settling into this line, which I don't think I usually see with my concealer. Take this. I don't think I want that much. Okay, I'm gonna start on my pores and then go upward. Okay, so that definitely deepened up. Can you guys see the difference? It definitely deepened up, but I deepened up the rest of my face, so it should be fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is, oh wow, this is really smooth. Like really smooth. And that little crease, I can still kind of see it. I'm gonna take a little bit more powder up here, but I know for sure my eyeshadow is going to just go right there and I won't be able to see it. But other than the color being a little deep, this is incredibly, incredibly smooth. So I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite eye. It's weird. It's not sitting in any lines on this eye. I wonder if maybe I put too much on this side. I don't know. I feel like I put the same amount. but I'll just have to play with it some more. I definitely like just how smooth this is. I'm going to use this powder for my top lip and my chin. I like this powder so much. And you can see this powder is not deepening up this area right here. So that tells me that the concealer is just a little bit too dark, but it's not too dark to where I'm not going to be able to I'm not going to be able to make it work. And it's going to be the perfect shade for me during this summer. So yeah, I'm going to use a different powder to set the rest of my face. For the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my LANCOME Long Time No Shine powder. And I'm going to stamp this around my face and then press it in. This is a really good blurring powder as well. I've talked about the Huda Beauty one, which I love. I usually use that for underneath my eyes and then this area, but this one is a really great option for all over as well. It will go underneath the eyes. I do like the Huda Beauty one better underneath the eyes, but as far as like the rest of the face, this one is a really good, just blurring. It will help control oil, and it's not really heavy. It's really pretty. I'm going to quickly pop on some lip balm so my lips do not feel dry. This is from Huda Beauty, and it is the Silk Balm. Really, really like it. And then I'm going to go in with something that is new to me, probably not to you. I don't know what made me take so long to try this out, but I was looking for new bronzers, couldn't find one that I was interested in, and then I came upon this, and I was like, you know what? I want to try that out. It's from Kevyn. It's the sculpting powder in the shade Light. I feel like everybody has tried this except for me. I didn't really get into really sculpting, but now I appreciate the more neutral, not overly cool, not overly warm powders. I'm kind of hoping that this is the same. It kind of gives me like little mini Tom Ford-esque vibes, but I love the gradient on here. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. All right, let me open. I don't know if this is gonna work. I thought this was darker than what it appeared. Okay, this might, but it's very, very cool tone. It might be neutral. Let me look. Let's see. Okay, that looks very gray to me. But then, okay, so when I look like this, it looks gray. When I look down, it's kind of neutral. Okay, I'm gonna try it and we'll see if I need to add a bronzer. All right, let's see. Ooh, this is definitely gray. That is gray. This is not, oh no, no, no. No, this just isn't my vibe. It blends nicely, but I'm definitely going in with the bronzer. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with the bronzer and then just lightly apply this where I want it. But I don't think this is my color. I don't think this is my color. You know what? Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is too gray for me. Personally, this is too gray for me. I'm just going to blend it into my cheeks, and this is where the natural contour of my face is. I might put some up here, but I'm going to bronze first. I'm going to go in with the JOUER bronzer in Sunlight and Suntan. As you can see, I'm almost out and I'm trying to go ahead and finish it. I already bought another one. I love this bronzer. This one and the Charlotte Tilbury one, they're definitely my favorites. So I'm going to use this to warm up my skin, and I might go in with a little bit more of the Kevyn powder. I'm not sure. Really, cool tones just kind of freak me out on my skin. I feel like I can see them so much. So I'd rather it be neutral or neutral warm, which is odd because I love cool tones on my eyes, but on my face, I don't know. I don't know. I think it could be something I'm just not used to. Sometimes I'll do my makeup and I'm not liking a color, and a lot of you will say, "Oh, well, I love it." And I'm like, really? I don't know if it really does look good or if I'm just not used to it or what. Yeah, we're adding in some warmth. It's so hard to pick up the powder on the brush once it gets to this. I'm like, give me the powder. I want to use it all. You should have seen me trying to get everything out from my Charlotte Tilbury before I put in my new pan. I was going all of the way in, and even for my nose I was going in with a smaller brush and trying to use up every last little bit of it. It's worth it though. It's worth it. After getting the bronzer on, I definitely think that the contour powder, it mixes in just a little bit better. I'm going to dip back into it just a little bit. I'm going to put it right up here. Back in with the JOUER bronzer, and I'm going to use that for my nose. I'm not brave enough to try the Kevyn on my nose. Nope, I feel like that's going to be just a little too gray for me and my nose. I'm going to move on to my eyes. I picked up 2 palettes from LAWLESS. This is a brand that I really have been wanting to try out, and I couldn't decide between the two, so I just picked them both up. I have the baby one. Is that what this is called? The one baby? Or is it the baby one? This is the little one, okay. So the baby one and the little one. They're cute. They're cute little ones. Here are the shades of the baby one. And then the little one. This one makes me happy. Look at it. This is so much prettier in person than what I saw online. And these tones, I really, really like. These are subtle warm shades and cool neutrals. This is pretty. I hope this performs well. I kind of want to just use this one. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna wing this. Okay, let me look at it, and then I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit, and we're gonna test this out. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here in the little one. I'm gonna take this into my crease. Ooh, go back and forth. Picking up a little bit more. A little goes a long way. Definitely has pigmentation. But what I'm noticing is that pigmentation wants to stick directly to my primer. It's a little bit more difficult to get it to spread out. Not workable, just a little, you put in a little bit more effort. Okay, I take that back. I completely take that back because I'm sitting here, this is blending out just fine. I think I just needed some product down. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade. I'm going to see if this one is, yeah. Wanted to add a little bit of depth to my crease. Making sure to get it on this outer corner as well. Just blending in little circular motions. Building up just a little bit. I have a feeling we're sticking with this palette. I really like the color selection in it. It's just so pretty. I'm telling you, it looks so much prettier in person. I mean, obviously I liked the color scheme to begin with, but I really liked it when I saw it in person. This combo right here is literally the reason why I love cool tones and warm tones, neutral tones, all being in one palette, because I love how they complement one another. Like it just, and if this was a warm tone instead of this gray, it would just start going just a little bit more orangey and a little bit more orangey. I love how this kind of really adds in that dimension. And it's just a little less warm, but still, it's just really flattering. That's what I'm getting at. It's just really flattering. triangle sponge. I'm just cleaning up the outer edge. I'm going to go in with the very first shade in the palette. I am going to highlight my brow arch and kind of clean up right around the edges of the other shades. I was definitely trying to say shadow and shades at the same time. Didn't work out for me. Going in with the shimmery gold. I'm going to pop this on my lid and slightly upward. Seems like a softer shimmer, one that's not going to accentuate a bunch of texture. Ooh, it builds up nice. Still kind of blending and working it into my skin, under my eye. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I'm going to add this to the outer corner. I want to add a little bit of depth, but I don't think, as of right now, I do not think I want to use the black. I might use it as like a liner. Just want to tap this shade on the outer corner, and outer half of the lid, blending it into the crease just a little bit. Oop, my little palette just closed. And I'm blending it upward on this outer portion, just to give a little bit of smoke. I'm going back in with that original brush once more. Just go right around the edges of that last darker shade. Then I'm going to go in with this shade. I am going to apply this to the lower lash line. Then lastly, the black. And I'm going to pop this just right up against my lashes on the top outer half. I went ahead and added on my Milk Boss liner to my top inner rim, and now I'm going to do something that I've actually never done on camera before. It's curling my lashes. I've recently been testing out lash curlers. I tried the Shiseido one. You can find that one at Sephora as well. And there's one other one. And then this one. This is the Kevyn lash curler. And I'm going to use this one today. I'm not extremely good at this, but I don't know, I noticed that my lashes look just a little bit better whenever I do use them, so I'm kind of trying to figure out which one I like the best. So I am going to take, this is just a spoolie on the back of my brow wiz, and I just want to brush through my lashes, and then I'm going to get my mirror in hand, and I'm going to do this close. Oh goodness, okay. And then I have a new mascara to try. This is from NARS. It's the NARS CLIMAX Extreme. I like the original one, and so I decided I wanted to try this one. It says Instant Volume Mascara. Let's see. And I'm going to do this on camera, but I am going to speed it up. The packaging is like the red one. I feel like this is bigger. I think there's one in my empties, but I don't have one that is fresh to compare it. But just by memory, I feel like this is just a little bit thicker. Let's look at the wand. This kind of what does this remind me of? I'm not sure. I'm just going to go ahead and apply, and again, I'm going to be speeding this up. To highlight, I'm going to go in first with my YSL 3D All Over Glow Powder, and then I have a Fenty one that I want to try, but I know that that one is glittery, so I want to take this one and apply it to my forehead and any areas that I don't necessarily want glitter, but I want some glow. I'm going to put it on my nose, my chin. Alright, for the Fenty Highlight, this is the Diamond Balm All Over Diamond Veil in the shade Rosé Rave. I have been holding on to this, waiting to do a get ready with me, trying new makeup so that I could try this out. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to take this brush and swirl all in it It's not picking up very much. Hold, please. Okay, let's see. Can you see that? What I like about Fenty's Diamond Glows, they actually look a little bit more like, they are definitely glittery. So when I touch this, it's got like this little putty type of feel. But this one is not giving me, I don't know if it's just so close to my skin tone, but it's not giving me as much of a glow as I would want. I can see the reflection, but I like it, but I'm not sure. All right, let me put on my blush and then kind of merge them together and then see how I'm feeling afterwards. The blush I picked up is also from Lawless, and this is the Make Me Blush Velvet Blush in Sakura. I tried. I tried. I did look up the pronunciation, but I don't know if this is rolling off the tongue as nicely as I would like for it to. I also cannot get this box open. Come on, let me in. I thought this was more peachy than pink. Peachy would definitely go with my eye look better. I don't know. Nothing is going to plan. This is pretty pink. I'm still going to test it out though. We're going to see if I can make this shade work. I'm going light-handed because I don't want it to be too pink. I'm smiling and putting it on top of my cheeks. It is meshing well with the highlight. I think what I'm going to do to warm this up just a little bit, because this is a little bit more cool, is go in with my bronzer and kind of merge them together. But first I'm going to go in with the highlight and kind of add just a little bit more. And I know I add on more blush than what I need, but I'm going to buff, so it's okay. I'm going to take the excess from my brush and just bring it upward so that we're kind of meshing everything together. Back in with my Fenty Highlight. I feel like I probably should have gone with the other eyeshadow palette now. Taking a little bit of the translucent, Long Time No Shine powder from LANCOME, and just taking that right underneath the eye on the pores, brighten everything up. It also helps to kind of tone down the highlight a little bit if I get a little further in than what I want it to be. Now this is the bronzer. I'm just gonna lightly take this over the blush. I like the color. I think this is really pretty. It looks really fresh. I think this kind of color is really pretty for the winter because it looks like you're just kind of cold. But because of the eye look, I want it to be just slightly warmer. And adding in my bronzer just right over top will adjust it to the perfect amount. Tricks, that's what I got, some tricks. I'm going to buff using my Luminous Silk from GIORGIO Armani. It's the pressed powder. I did not pick up much, you see, just very little. And I am going to go over the edges of the blush and buff everything out on my face. Going back in with a little bit of my YSL All Over Glow Powder, and I'm adding back into a little bit more glow. So I feel like I'm missing that from the Fenty. I can see it when I move around my face, but I want to be able to see it just a little bit more. I think it's really pretty mixed in with this. Back in with my brush, no additional product. Now for my lips, I have a new liner from Melt Cosmetics. This is the All Day Everyday Lip Liner in the shade Nudist, which is just like the one from Marc Jacobs that I have, which also came from Sephora. Let's see what this one looks like. I didn't swatch any of these things. I didn't open them. Opened up the box, brought it here, and we are playing. Let's see. All right, this is the Marc Jacobs. It has more of a pinky brown. This one is a little bit more mauve. So I am going to wipe off my gloss or my balm, and then I'm going to put this liner on, but a little bit more lightly. So I'm going to do it off of camera so that I can get really close to my mirror. I have the liner on, but now I want to take the liner and swatch it just so we can see later on if it is budge proof or if it's going to move. And now I'm going to go in with PRALINE from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their Satin formula, which I really like. And this, I already mentioned the name. It's PRALINE. I don't know if I did or not. I'm going to put this on. I have a feeling, yeah. Oh, this smells so good too. I knew the liner was going to be a little dark when I started to apply it. It kind of has this purpley gray undertone. So what I'm going to do is just take a brush and blend the lipstick and the liner together. Now I want to make it just a little bit more glossy, so I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Lip Luminizer in Fenty Glow. Oh, and if you're interested in the cream versions, I have done a full lip swatch video. Let me show you. These are the new creams, and oh, I really like them. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. Especially if you love the gloss bombs like I do. This is the finished look. Now I'm going to go through each of the products and give you guys my thoughts on them. Before I jump into the ones that you've already seen, I'm going to start off with this one. This is a diffuser from Nest, and it has Holiday and Birchwood Pine as the fragrances. And I have this in my wall, not in my wall, it's plugged into my wall right now. I'll insert a little picture. It has a night light on it, and then you put both of the fragrances that are in here. There's two, and you, like, the top of it screws off, and you push them up in there. And I'm telling you, this entire room smells so good. It's on the Birchwood and Pine right now. It's the Pura app. This one right here, multiple locations from one app. Skip that. Okay, so it allows you to do all this stuff on an app, which I haven't completely figured out, but I have this. This is the one that's in my beauty room. It tells me which fragrances are in here. My intensity, I have it on high because I like to have all these scents that I possibly can. I love candles and everything like that. I'm just really into them right now. But I've been wanting a diffuser, and I thought this is one that you actually just sat on your table. However, it's even better because it plugs in. I prefer that. I really love Nest candles. And I thought, okay, well, I bet this is going to be a good diffuser. And so far, so good. And then you can switch the fragrance, and I can switch it over to the Holiday one if I wanted to. And you can use it from all over the place. So I don't know how long each of the scents will last, but I like that it's in the wall. I like that I have a little app for it, and I really like the scent. So I wanted to show you this. Now, this is going to go in the trash. I had to have the box, otherwise I was going to forget to mention it because I'm sitting here. It smells so good. It smells so good. And I can't even, I'm a little stuffy, and I can still smell it. All right, first product I used was this one from SURRAT. This is, again, the Perfectionist Concealer Palette in shade number 4. I'm shocked that it actually worked for me. I really thought that this was going to be too deep. Let me, this is the shade, and then I'm going to show you my Giorgio Armani so you see why I thought that. I really thought it was going to be different, like it was going to be too dark. So you see how light this one is? This is my everyday concealer, and this one is quite a bit darker, but it works. It works well. The only problem is my under eye at the beginning looked really good. Everything was blurred out. But right now, we're a little cakey. It's looking a little cakey. It could be that I used too much powder. I could have used too much concealer. So this is something, with it being multiple steps, I want to play with a little bit more before I give you guys my full thoughts, because it definitely covers. It covers really well. And that powder, oh my gosh, it definitely blurs. And I knew that even though my under eye got darker after everything was done, that it was all going to mesh together, and it does. But I just look a little cakey underneath here. So I'm going to have to test it out just a little bit more. Next up, the Kevyn Sculpting Powder in Light. This blends out very beautifully. It's definitely pigmented. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work for me, but it does. It's just a little gray for me. I do like it mixed in with the bronzer, but it's something that I will have to get used to. Other than that, blends out perfectly. It's just a color situation for me. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more, but if you are fair and you're looking for a good sculpting powder, I would suggest that. All right, now I went for eyes. Let's talk about eyes. Clearly, I did not use the second palette from Lawless, the baby one. I must have had these tones in my head though, because I picked out a blush, a lip, all the things to go with this palette. And then I went and I used the other one. So I'll have to update you on this, but I really like this one. I've already gotten the packaging dirty, so that's something you have to keep in mind, is that kind of like NARS. This one's not as rubbery feeling, but it kind of has that texture to it. I love the size of it. I love the colors in here. It's a beautiful everyday palette. Definitely work appropriate, definitely can get some glam, dramatic looks. It's beautiful and it performed really well. I will say the shimmers seem to be a little lighter, so they're not going to be anything that's going to be super intense. I think that you could use these wet and get them to be a little bit more intense. They are buildable, but they're not going to add a bunch of texture to the eyes, which is really, really nice. It's really pretty. My first impression's definitely a good one, and I'm excited to use the baby one. The mascara, the Climax Extreme, it's very reminiscent of the original. I think that if you liked the original, I do, then you will like this mascara. I did have to build quite a bit, but it's a little bit more wet right now than what I typically would use. But I also know, because I have used the regular one so many times, that it does dry up just a little bit. You know that 2-week mark when it's perfect? I think this is going to happen, and I love that it's holding my curl. Everything looks really, really good, so I'll have to let you know if it flakes or anything like that, but I didn't have that issue when putting it on. Sometimes when I have to put this many layers on, it can flake all over my face. That didn't happen, and I have used these Kevyn lash curlers several times, and I'm liking it. Liking them. I like these, and I like the Shiseido ones. Again, I cannot remember what the other ones are. Oh goodness, and they are not in here. Otherwise I would tell you, but yeah. I'm liking these, but I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I just know if something hurts me, and these aren't hurting me. The other pair did. They kind of, you know when they pinch the outer corner? Oh my goodness, what were they? What are they? I don't know. I'll let you guys know which ones they are, but those I didn't have any issues with. All right, moving on to the blush. I definitely got, this color is going to go with the baby palette, but I was able to make it work mixing it with my bronzer, and I like the texture of it. It's a really pretty, look at that color. I don't know why I thought this was peachy. Let me look online. I'm gonna get on the Sephora app. I'm right, it says that it's a light pink coral. I would definitely say that this is pink. I don't really see coral in it, so just keep that in mind. Texture though and formula, it's really beautiful. Just not something that I would choose to wear with a warm toned eye look. I'm a little disappointed and not disappointed at the same time with the Fenty Highlight. I like that it's not too glittery or adding a bunch of texture on my cheeks. I don't know if it is on camera, but in person it looks nice. But I don't see it on me as much as I would want to. Even though I'm really liking the lighter application of highlight, I still want it to be a little bit more intense than this, and I think it's because it's so close to my skin tone. If you were darker than me, I think it would be much prettier, because I mean it's hard to see even on my hands because it's kind of just mixing in. But if you like a glittery highlight that isn't, I don't know, this truly is glass-like. I like the effect that it gives. The lighter one of the originals, it definitely works for me. And I really like the formula. This will probably work better in the summertime. When I have a little bit more of a tan going, I think this would work really great then. But if you're darker than me, I think it would be pretty. The Nudist Lip Liner from Melt Cosmetics. Let's test it out. I'm gonna take my little cloth, and I love it when I see this. It makes me so happy. So we have a long wearing lip liner. I thought that it would be just based on the formula. It didn't drag. It applied very nicely. My only thing is it's a little bit too dark for me, but the formula is beautiful. And it's a little too dark for me with my nude lips. Like, I feel like I can still see just a little bit more of the lip liner than I'm used to. I don't think it looks bad. It's just something that I'm not used to. But I love that we have this gloss and everything on top, and it's not moving. I love long wear lip liners. This is one of the biggest reasons, because I can put something glossy and shiny on top, and at the end of the day, most of this is going to be gone, but it's going to leave behind the lip liner, so I could just apply my gloss again or apply my lipstick, and it's so much easier. I just love a good long wearing liner. So this is one that I would be interested in trying out some different shades. So if you have tried this before, let me know if there's a shade that you think I would enjoy. I do like this one, but it could be lighter. The last two products for lips are definitely not new to me, so I already know that I love them, especially this. I already know that this formula is one of my favorites when it comes to glosses. And then I love this formula, the Satin lipsticks from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was in my November favorites. I really love this formula. It is so pigmented and creamy. It's not too creamy to where it's going to move around. It's beautiful. I just love this formula. I would love to see her entire line, or at least all of the most popular shades in this formula. I need peachy, I need nude, and there's another shade that I really like in the original matte formula that I would love to see in the satin. Anywho, beauties, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me, trying out some new makeup. Let me know what you think down below. And if you're not already a beauty insider, make sure that you sign up. It is free to do so. As an insider, you'll get access to seasonal savings events, 10% off, free standard shipping with $50. You get dollar savings offers for $15 off, and then as a VIB, you need to spend $350 in a year. 15% off for the seasonal savings events, $35 minimum purchase for free standard shipping, and then with the dollar savings offer, you're going to get $20 off, and then you also get access to points for discount events. I just used one of those with my Gloss Bomb creams that I just purchased, and with the Rouge, which is myself, $1,000 spent for the year. You're getting Beauty Insider Cash, which you also get with VIB, and then you get 20% off the seasonal savings events, free standard shipping with no minimum. You're getting $25 off for the dollar savings offer. Again, I just used that. And then you also get a Rouge reward. All of the tiers get samples. You're getting a free birthday gift, sample rewards, that's for VIB and Rouge, and then exclusive gifts for Rouge. Then you're also getting access to really great experiences, sweepstakes, exclusive events, first access to products, which I really like as Rouge, but it's just a really great program and one that I've definitely been using throughout the years. Again, I want to thank Sephora for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!